mercilessly on the rusted rooftops of Ikotoon Street, a forgotten slum on the outskirts of the city. In a cramped one-room apartment, Ruth sat on the floor, staring blankly at the flickering candle. The darkness outside mirrored the emptiness inside her. Life had not been kind. She ran her fingers through her rough and unkempt hair, her eyes stinging with unshed tears. On the wooden table beside her lay a pile of old certificates, now stained and curling at the edges. First-class graduate in economics. The words on the paper mocked her. Ruth had once been the pride of her family. She had always been the smartest in class, the one teachers praised, the one neighbors pointed at and said, "That girl will go far." She had worked hard, sacrificed sleep, ignored social gatherings, all in pursuit of a dream, one where she would escape poverty and lift her mother and younger siblings to a better life. But after graduating, reality hit her like a moving train. She had applied for countless jobs, walked into offices where security guards barely let her in, waited in lobbies where no one called her name, and answered interview questions with the same enthusiasm, only to receive rejection after rejection. "We regret to inform you," that phrase had become her nightmare. At first, she held on to hope, believing her intelligence would eventually open doors. But doors remained shut. As months turned into years, desperation grew. The little savings she had were spent, her clothes became worn, and the respect people once had for her faded. Her mother, once hopeful, started looking at her with silent disappointment. Then came the final blow. Her younger brother, Daniel, dropped out of school because there was no money to pay his fees. Ruth had failed. She had promised her family a better future, but now they were worse off than before. With no options left, she swallowed her pride and turned to selling street snacks. Every morning, she stood by the roadside, calling out to customers, her hands covered in oil, sweat dripping from her forehead. Sometimes former classmates passed by, driving cars, wearing expensive clothes. They would glance at her briefly, then look away, pretending not to see. But life does not grant such wishes. Thanks for watching episode 1. Please subscribe to see what happens next.